guess my flavor? Born to be mild by nature. The shot in the coffee I gave her wasn't enough, and it made her want to leave.
So you're in Nashville right now, yo?
Yeah, Nashville.
So how's Nashville? How's Nashville treating you? You just arrived, or you're on the way there?
We got in last night, so we had the night out on Broadway, and it was an experience to say the least. Like, it was great.
Imagine. But this is the second. This is your first headline tour over there. But you went over there recently with the Lathams. What was kind of the impetus? First of all, with the previous tour with the Lathams, but then what was the kind of impetus to kind of hit the US floor rolling and kind of get back there with your own headline tour? Was there a really kind of big buzz when you went over there the first time, and it was kind of that was the main reason why you wanted to get back over there again?
We were very well accepted over here. We seemed to go down really well, even though small rooms. But we just kind of caught the bug when we got out here. We just thought this is kind of where we're meant to be, and we thought we'd take the opportunity while we had it. We had working visas for a year. So we just spoke to our agents over here and we're like, we want to get out as much as we can. And he lined up this tour for us. So we bit his hand off when he offered us it.
And how did you, obviously you got someone else to sort out the venues for you, but how does that kind of, how do you work to and back and forth with him to kind of decide which places you want to go to? Is there anywhere that you'd been to previously?
Sorry, there's just quite loud backstage. Sorry, what was that? Sorry.
No, I was just going to say, if you had any kind of decision in the venues, you knew where you were going beforehand. You'd been to any of them before?
No, we kind of left it up to the agent, and we were happy with the list we got. We knew it would be small rooms. We knew it was kind of square one. So we're just taking it as it goes, and some of the shows have been brilliant. So we get all given at this point.
Yeah. But what's kind of the reception there? Are there people? Do people kind of turn up that know who you were? That they've specifically turned up for you, or are they just kind of most of them people there kind of to check out English music and?
It's a bit of a mixture. We've been very surprised. A lot of people turn up knowing the words, wearing the merch,
right,
and knowing our names and stuff. It's quite peculiar, really. And then there's some people who've took a chance on the night, and then some people who we've met the night before, and we're like, come down to the show and. We're just like networking while we're over here, so it's been great.
And obviously, when you get time off, I imagine you try and see as many sites as possible. I know you were touching Lincoln's balls the other day for luck. No, what other kind of stuff have you been up to?
Yeah, we've been every chance we get. We've been trying to see the sites. We went to Philadelphia, been to New York, so we took that in while we could. And then obviously yesterday in Nashville, we've just been seeing all the recommendations. We stayed in a place in Ohio as a stopover called Port Clinton, and that was like real little America. Like, we got to see the behind the commercial curtain, if you will, that kind of thing, and that was great. You meet real people, and like everyone's excited to meet you because you're from Europe and from Liverpool, and they all know the people.
I was going to say Liverpool is that. Yeah, well, as soon as they hear the Liverpool accent, I imagine they kind of, especially knowing that you're from Liverpool, I imagine there's kind of a lot of people go just kind of specifically because you are from Liverpool, not because of kind of Beatle mania over there. Definitely, as well.
Yeah, I think we have big boots to fill in the US.
Yeah,
everyone it's tough because I think the first thing everyone says is like, "Oh, you're gonna be the next Beatles," and we were like, "Probably not, but we'll try."
Beatles with a trumpet, no?
Yeah.
But but what is the kind of the main? Obviously, you're not made a name for yourself over there yet. But what is the main kind of difference in terms of a live circuit compared to over here when you went over here in the UK when you started to over there now that you're kind of starting to get around there?
It feels quite similar because we did the UK circuit when we started. We literally would just go play anywhere to one man and his dog, and then it turned into two men and two dogs. And then we just kind of doubled the crowd, like until we got to the point we're at today. So we've done it before, and we're used to playing to busy rooms and not so busy rooms. So it's like square one for us. So we're willing to put in the work. We realise we're not promised anything, so we have to work for it. And it's been good so far. I remember one of the first shows outside of Liverpool in the UK, where we realised there was a bit of a buzz about the band was Sheffield. It was like a few years ago now, and we played the small room and people turned up. singing the words back to us and wearing t-shirts, and we were like, wow, something's happening here. And then it happened in Chicago the other day. We didn't know what we'd sold ticket wise, and it was a full room. Everyone knew the songs. It was crazy. Great reception.
And have you been playing the new song Vanilla over there? Because I imagine that's one that we haven't even heard that over here just till recently. Is that something that's gone down well? Have you been playing it then? Has it gone down well live? Because you've not really had a chance to play it, no, live.
Yeah, we played it 5 times live now, so we're just we're getting to grips to it. But it's sounding good, and it seems to be well reciprocated.
Yeah, I think I get catchy.
People shouting out for it, which is crazy. Because that's like the latest one they've heard.
So, I want to talk about Vanilla because obviously, you're pretty much one of the most prolific bands of the last couple of years because you knocked out two albums straight after one after the other, no? So that must have been pretty crazy to kind of take that on tour, and then now you've got this single out. Does that mean that you've got another kind of album in the works, or what's going on now after Vanilla?
There's an album that's like 80% done, written. It's not recorded yet. We're thinking of recording it in December, November time. And then, hopefully get it out next year. But I think we're very much an album band. We like to release a body of work, but we're going to be releasing a few singles in the next few months, just to keep fresh. Basically, just we always want to stay active.
Yeah, and a lot of bands like to go over to the US, or they like to go up to kind of Joshua Tree and places like that to kind of feel all zen and get a bit of inspiration. While you're over there, have you you felt any kind of inspiration, or kind of has any music kind of flowed out of you whilst you've been over there? Or maybe lyrics that you've written while on the tour bus or something that just kind of inspired by being over there.
We've got an acoustic on the bus, on a tour bus, so there's a back room with an acoustic in it. So I've been heading back there every few hours, just writing a few things. But it's definitely inspired us, especially being in Nashville and music cities, and we're going to Austin, and we're playing in venues that some of our favorite bands have played in when they started out, and there's definitely an aura around the place, like.
And have you had a chance to kind of meet up with many other bands, American bands over there, or have you been kind of to the American radio stations over there for interviews and things like that to kind of get into the business and get your name out there a bit? Yeah,
we're doing like a college radio circuit, so we had a few interviews with a few radio stations, and just bumped into bands around. But we're touring with a band called Hold Fast from Denver, Colorado.
Yeah, I was going to say that they've got I don't know if it's just me, I was just listening to a few songs by them. They sound very they've got kind of a British sound to them almost. And the vocalist sounds a bit like Keane almost. Yeah. Was that just happenstance that you ended up touring with them, or had you known them before?
Well, when we announced the tour, they kind of reached out to us and were like, we'd love to play some shows here, and we checked them out, and we were like, yeah, let's do it. Like, we're open to get to know some musicians over here and stuff. So it worked out well for both of us. Some of the shows have been good. They're from Denver, so when we play Denver, I think they'll get all
a lot of their fans came along now.
Should be a good one, yeah.
Brilliant. I don't want to keep you too long because obviously being in the States, you don't want to waste a second of your time. The last question I want to ask you is about the music video, because it's a fantastic music video. But obviously you've got Thomas Turgoose in there. He gives you a fantastic review of the song.
It's the kind of thing that I think if I had 20 minutes and 5 mates, we can make something very similar. It's not for me. Don't like it. Shit.
Was that all scripted, or did you just kind of let him break loose and say whatever he wanted to in that video?
We've known Tom now for a few years, and he's become a fan of the band, which obviously people were unaware of. So we kind of pitched him the music video idea, and we were basically saying, listen, we just want you to riff into us, like take the mickey a little bit. So it was partly scripted, but the ones that cut the deepest, he thought of himself, which wasn't great.
Yeah, I imagine so, yeah.
Yeah. So we were kind of like, oh yeah, thanks, but we kind of like some of them hit home a little too hard.
So obviously you're there. You're in the US, I think, for another couple of weeks yet, no? And then after that,
3 weeks. And
then you've got a little bit of a break, but then you're going back for another UK tour. What can UK fans expect once you get back over here?
Well, we'll be fresh off the road from the US, so we'll be tight as a band. And the shows are selling really well over in the UK, so I think there'll be busy rooms, a lot of great moments, euphoric moments.
And will we be? Do you? I mean, obviously, you still got two recent albums. Will you be playing? And you said you're going to have a few more singles there. You've got 80% of the album written. Is that something you're going to wait until you've finished touring before you kind of get that down and record it, or will you play a few more new songs?
We'll play
on the
road.
Vanilla,
and we'll play another song that's yet to be released that we've been playing over here. It's
right.
kind of like it feels right to play it in America. It's got that kind of vibe to it. I don't know. It's not too on the nose, like, but it's been going down really well in America. So we'll be playing that on the November tour. That'll be out by then as well. I think we'll be releasing that at the beginning of November.
Brilliant. And then just to finish off, one last question. I always ask all of my guests before they go. This is mainly to kind of get upcoming bands kind of more promotion. Is there anyone that you've discovered, especially over the last couple of years when lockdown kicked in and things like that? Was there any kind of up and coming bands that you'd recommend that you think need more promotion that they're not getting?
There's a few bands, yeah. Well, since lockdown, obviously, a few bands we got into at the time have now, like,
made it, yeah.
Well, yeah, we were big into the Mysterines early days, like they supported us in Liverpool. Obviously, now they just jumped on the Art Monkeys tour. There's bands like there's a band called Big Society from Manchester. We're all fans of, and yeah, it's tough to think on the spot, but there's a few bands knocking around the UK at the minute that are making waves, like.
There's a real scene going on. Obviously, you're miles away now, but there's a real Liverpool scene coming back, don't you think?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. It's been a long time coming, but at the minute there's a few bands who are based in Liverpool that are making some headway. Like, it's good to see. Bands like Pixie and like a bunch of bands that are just coming out, Crawlers. Yeah, the list goes on. Like, it's a good scene.
Yeah. Listen, I don't want to keep any more time, Tom. So thanks so much for your time. Have a fantastic tour. I wish I could be over there and catch one of your gigs, but hopefully I get to see you over a gig over in the UK sometime soon.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, let us know.
I will do.
Yeah, nothing's really doing it for me with that.